Okay, so number 2, this says which expression is equivalent to 8 times 1.25 minus 5.25b. Remember that anytime you see a number and then there's parentheses, that means this is multiplication. And usually when you see something like a number multiplied by 2 terms that are being added or subtracted by, that's the distributive property. So this right here is the distributive property. So what we're going to do is we actually have to multiply to see which one is actually equivalent to this expression. So on the side, I have my notes over here. And remember that with distributive property, we're multiplying. So I'm taking my 8 and I'm multiplying it with 1 and 25 hundredths. And then I'm going to take the 8 and multiply it with negative 5 and 25 hundredths, b. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is, remember, we haven't done this in a while, but with subtraction, you take subtraction, and we could change it to adding a negative number. So I'm still putting this parentheses here. So I'm going to put like mini parentheses so that I remember that this number is a negative. A lot of us forget when we change to addition to actually add the negative right next to it. So make sure that you don't forget that. So to distribute, I'm going to multiply 8 times 1.25. So here we're going to do 8 times 1 and 25 hundredths plus what we have now is 8, right? So we multiply. Distributing means we're distributing this 8 to both terms. So this would be 8 times negative 5 and 25 hundredths b. Okay, now let's just multiply on the side. I'm going to do 1 and 25 hundredths times 8. 5 times 8 is 40, carry the 4. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 4 is 20, carry the 2. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 2, that's 10. Now here I have 2 numbers behind the decimal, so this is going to equal 10. So we're going to put 10 plus, now what we know is any number multiplied by a negative number. So a positive number times a negative number is going to be negative. So I'm going to add my negative right away so that I don't forget. And now we're going to see, okay, what's 5 and 25 hundredths times 8? And I'm going to put the b here because there's a b. And I'm just going to bring that b down. So there's the b. 5 times 8 is 40, carry the 4. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 4 is 20, carry the 2. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 2 would be 42. Here you have 2 numbers behind the decimal. So this would actually equal 42b. So plus negative 42b. Now 10 plus negative 42b, remember, is the same as 10 minus 42b. These are the same thing. They equal one another. They're equivalent. So now that we know, okay, if I use the distributive property, it's either equivalent to 10 plus negative 42b, so this 42b is negative, and the 10 is positive. So I'm going to look at my answer choices here. And so when I look at these answer choices, it's definitely not A because there's no B. It's 10 minus 42, and you need that variable, so it's not A. And here we have negative 42b plus 10. And so if I look at this, here, my 42b is negative, and in part B, it is negative 42b. And then over here, my 10 is positive. So yeah, right here is actually the same. And you could see that it says go to section 8. That means it's correct. Negative 42b plus 10 would be the same answer because even though the order here is different, with addition, you could actually change up the order. So this could also be written as negative 42b, oh my gosh, plus 10. Sorry about the space.